Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my channel Saudi English News. I am your host Arif Khan. Saudi Arabia launches e-visa initiative. Saudi Arabia Foreign Minister has launched an initiative for using e-visa at some missions of the kingdoms abroad. The Saudi news agency SPA reported on Thursday. The initiative replaces the visa strip on passport with an e-visa whose data can be read via the quick response code it added. The shift is part of automation procedures and upgraded of consular services provided by the Ministry of Granting Work, Residency and Visit Visa. In its first phase, the procedure has been implemented at the Saudi missions in the UAE, Jordan, Egypt, Bangladesh, India, Indonesia and the Philippines. Saudi Arabia is home to large community for expat workers. The country is seeking to diversify its oil-reliant economy and attract more foreign visitors. Saudi Arabia-US welcome talks between Sudan's rivals in Jeddah. Saudi Foreign Minister announced on Saturday morning that Saudi Arabia and United States have welcomed the state of the pre-negotiation talk between representatives of Sudanese armed force and rapid support force in Jeddah. In a joint statement, the two countries have urged both Sudanese parties to take in consideration in interest of the Sudanese nation and its people, and actively engage in talks toward the ceasefire and end to the conflict, as this will spare the Sudanese people the suffering and assure the availability of humanitarian aid to affected area. The Kingdom and US have stressed in the statement the effort of the countries' organizations that support these talks, including the Quad countries Saudi Arabia, UAE, UK and US. Additionally, the League of Arab States and the partners from the Tribal Mechanism UNITAM's AU-IGAD. Both sides have urged continuation of coordinated international support for an expanded negotiation process that should include engagement of all Sudanese parties. Saudi Arabia Boeing deal to create 100,000 jobs in US. Saudi Ambassador to the United States, Princess Rima bint Bandar, has said that the recent Saudi deal with Boeing will create around 100,000 direct or indirect jobs in the US across the several states. Saudi Arabia has recently signed a $37 billion deal with US firm Boeing, which will see the company manufacturing up to 121 aircraft to help get the Kingdom's Sea Airlines off the ground. The deal will be Boeing 787 Dreamliner planes with General Electric engines delivered to Saudi Arabia, with 72 of them set for the newly launched Saudi carrier Riyadh Air. Princess Rima joined the Boeing team in the Charleston, South Carolina on Friday to celebrate the agreement. She said, "The deal will propel Saudi Arabia into a global logistic hub and generate 200,000 direct and indirect jobs and countless opportunities in trade and tourism." This historical investment will create around 100,000 direct or indirect jobs in US across several states, including hundreds of suppliers and many small businesses, she wrote on Twitter. "We are proud to partner with American companies to shape a more prosperous, secure future for Saudi Arabia and Middle East. These milestones symbolize the bright future of our cooperation and represent a new era of engagement as Saudi Arabia strives to implement Vision 2030. We reaffirm our 80 years bond with the US and consider American companies to be vital in this journey." SFDA lift ban on poultry and egg from Poland. The Saudi Food and Drug Authority SFDA has decided to lift a temporary ban on the import of poultry meat, eggs and their products and preparation from Poland. SFDA said it made the decision based on the immediate notification report issued by the World Organization for Animal Husbandry, which states that the highly virulent bird flu have been under control in the country. SFDA recently announced a temporary ban on the import of the poultry meat and eggs from Argentina, while resuming their import from France. Two new national ID services added in Afsar. Acting Deputy Minister of Interior for Civil Status Lt. General Soleiman Al-Ihaya has launched two new features for the national identity cards on the Afsar platform. The new features are issued national ID for family member and request replacement for damaged ID. The first feature will enable Saudi citizens to identify a family member electronically, print the special form and request the issuance of a national ID for a family member electronically. The service also enabled the applicants to request for a delivery services for the documents to their national address. The feature of requesting replacement of damaged ID enables Saudi citizens to request for the issuance of documents electronically through their Afsar account in addition to the delivery services to their national address without the need for visiting the office. Beneficiaries can review the procedures and requirements of the services by logging onto their account on Afsar. Then select their civil affairs from the My Service menu and then choose the National ID service icon. Vaccinations against COVID-19, meningitis and seasonal flu mandatory for Hajj. The Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has revealed the mandatory vaccination that prospective pilgrims are required to take before performing this year's Hajj. It stated that the pilgrims should have completed all doses of COVID-19 vaccine before the Hajj. Those who did not take the meningococcal vaccine in the past 5 years should get the shot. The ministry said, adding the pilgrims are also obliged to get the seasonal flu vaccine in case they have not already taken in this season. The ministry said the vaccine will be available at its healthcare facilities until 10 days before the Hajj and noted that the pilgrim can book appointment to take the vaccine via the CAT application. The ministry stated earlier the deadline for the pilgrim to take the required vaccine is 10 days before the start of Hajj rites. It has also clarified that the taking all required vaccine is mandatory to issue Hajj permits for domestic pilgrims. The ministry started issuing Hajj permits on Friday for domestic pilgrims who have completed the payment of fee for the package and that have reserved with the companies providing pilgrim services. The ministry said the registration of Hajj permit will be open until 7th of Duha al-Hijjah, corresponding to June 25. If the seats are available in the package allocated for the domestic pilgrims, vaccines may arise because of failure of the completing the payments on due dates or as a result of cancellation of the reservation by citizens and residents because of various reasons. The ministry said if seats become available, they will be offered for reservation through its website or via Nusuk application. Thank you so much for watching my video.